retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Take for their disease. Breathe just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip gods into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't
don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just look me up. Don't be
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into What's Shaking Titans. I'm your host, Gary Bailey, and joining me right over here is my sister, April. April, you want to say hi to everybody real quick? All right.
Hey everyone, what's going on? How are you guys?
All right, everybody. So, we got some wonderful news. Not only are we live right now on YouTube, but we are also live right now on Facebook. So this is our first live stream on Facebook as well. So I would just want to take the time to shout out to everybody who's watching us on Facebook. What's up, guys? As well as everybody who is watching us live on YouTube. We already have one comment here. And from the 615 podcast, he said, "What's up, Gary and April?" So just want to give a quick shout out to the 615 podcast. So what's up, buddy? And then
Hey,
our mom, Sandra Bailey, she says, "Hello, guys." So thank you, Mom. Hi, appreciate you watching. We got a lot to unpack for y'all here today. Once again, just want to take the time to thank everybody for tuning in and watching us. As always, if you're not yet subscribed to our channel on YouTube, please take this time to hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications to get the latest from What's Shaking Titans, as well as give us a big old thumbs up. That will help us out with the YouTube algorithm. That way more people get to see our video. It will pop up more often. On Facebook, if you're watching us on Facebook, definitely share this to your friends, share this on your page. Sharing is caring. Let's help us get out here, help us get known, help us bring in viewers. We definitely appreciate everybody's time. We definitely just want to take the time to say thank you. So real quick, if you don't know this, we have a bunch of different platforms. We're on Spotify and Anchor. We are on Instagram as well as Twitter. So definitely check out the descriptions in both our live streams, and you will definitely see links to all of our social media platforms. So real quick, let's check out some more comments we got over here. We got Tennessee Kid 90, my wife. She said, hello, you guys. So what's up, baby? I hope you're staying cool. She's riding around with mom right now. So, hope you are staying cool. And then the 615 podcast, he says, smash the like button. Definitely, man. Smash that like button. Give us a big old thumbs up. We definitely appreciate all the support. We appreciate all y'all. So with all that being said, guys, let's hop right into it. So definitely keep up the comments, guys. We love the response. We love hearing back from y'all. Feel free to comment at any point throughout this whole entire show, and we will definitely shout y'all out. Comment on Facebook. Facebook, we can't yet pop up on our stream. We are trying to work through those technical difficulties right now, but we can pop up our comments on YouTube. So definitely comment. We'll definitely keep that going. So with all that being said, let's get into it. So Kyler Murray gets a new contract. We're going to hop into right here is Tom Pelissero. Sorry, I said his name wrong. Here is his tweet on Kyler Murray's contract. He gets a 5-year, $230.5 million extension with the Cardinals. They will pay him $30 million and the first year, $69 million over 2 years, and $106.15 million over 3 years per source. So with that being said, let's bring in my sister here. All right, April, do you think Kyler Murray getting this contract, do you think the price of that contract, do you think that's going to eventually be a concern, or do you think it will affect the Titans when it comes to, signing Ryan Tannehill and or Malik Willis, however this season goes? What do you think about that?
It's a really big contract for a subpar quarterback. I was looking over the numbers, and he was 5-10-1, but he was also only a rookie, and Tannehill's not far from that being not a rookie. And he led them to a 500-game record in 2020, and then he did improve massively over the 2021 season, and he won his first 7 games, including one against us, smashing the Titans in 2021 until he was hurt in Week 8 against Green Bay. So I definitely think that we could be looking at numbers close to this. Depending on how the year goes for Tannehill, and I would really not like to see a big contract like this for Tannehill if, we can't get any more production out of him. Now Malik, I haven't seen him play, so, who knows if he's worth a contract like this, but I definitely think it sets the standard going forward. So it definitely could present a problem for us in our cap.
Definitely. So for me, we're going to get into our next segment of What's Shaking Around the NFL. Sorry, I didn't kind of introduce this segment before I started, but this is What's Shaking Around the NFL. And, of course, we started out with Kyler Murray and his new contract. Once again, we'll bring up Tom Pelissero's tweet, and you can see his entire details of his contract right there. And now, with that being said, let's get into what if, because to me, there's a lot of what ifs here. So, what if, let's say, Ryan Tannehill has a bounce back season, and let's say we either make it to the divisional championship or to the Super Bowl? Then do we re-sign Ryan Tannehill? And if so, does the likes of these big contracts like Deshaun Watson and now Kyler Murray, and let's be honest, Kyler Murray when he came into the league was a little below average in my opinion. He didn't have that. He wasn't like that surefire talent, and then last year he really came on strong, but then didn't end so strong. So, it's a lot of what ifs, but if Tannehill takes us that far, do you think the Titans, pays Tannehill a $230 million contract?
Amy's never had a problem with breaking out her checkbook. So I think if he has a comeback season, he very well may earn that contract plus some, because like I said, this is the standard now. The standard has now been raised, and it's been set, so we know that he's at least probably going to get something like that. Now, of course, if he makes it to the Super Bowl or something like that, comeback player of the year, I definitely think that, we're going to sign him again. The Titans organizations love Tannehill, and they've seen some things that we haven't. And so hopefully, it was just the tip of the iceberg, and last year was just off season, and we do have that quarterback, because the quarterback's success is the team's success. So, it's really hard to say right now, but I definitely think this is the standard, and I think it could present a problem for maybe our Henry cap or our Lewan cap, things like that. There may be some restructuring going on if he does continue to play well, and he's going to demand a contract like that. Now, I don't think it will be as big of a problem if something happens and we have another AJ situation and he goes somewhere else, because we do have Malik behind him. But then again, we don't know how Malik plays, so we could be starting all over, letting Malik come in and taking that risk. So it's definitely worth keeping an eye on, but I definitely think that this is now the standard. This is the minimum.
Yeah, definitely. So real quick, I want to give a quick shout out. Noah Cersei, our nephew, he says, "Hey guys, so what's up, Noah? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching us, buddy." And then the 615 podcast says Josh Rosen signed a 1-year deal with the Cleveland Browns per Adam Schefter. So yeah, that was actually our next point that I was actually going to kind of get into. Was it was reported that Josh Rosen and AJ McCarron had definitely been brought in for a workout for the Cleveland Browns, and that it's reported on ESPN that they plan to start Jacoby Brissett if a suspension is to come from Deshaun Watson. So definitely, and then to kind of top off of what you were talking about, on your what if, yeah, and definitely, guys, real quick, let us know what y'all think. Do y'all think that these new contracts and these higher prices, is it going to affect the Titans' ability to be able to sign and secure a quarterback for the long term? Let us know what you think in the comments. So let's say Tannehill gets into the playoffs, or don't even make it to the playoffs. Let's say he has a subpar year that is under last year, and then we get into next year. Titans cut him. We start Malik Willis, and Malik Willis becomes everything that we hoped he could be. Do we think that then would be the more likely time for Amy Adams to to make a gamble like that and say, okay, well, I'm more willing to pay somebody at this younger age, and not only that, but who also shows a lot higher potential. I feel more comfortable with possibly signing Malik over Tannehill to a $230 million contract. If Malik was able to show us all that, I could understand that kind of train of thinking. But even if Tannehill, in my opinion, takes us to the Super Bowl this year, you sign him to maybe a 2 or 3 year extension. I wouldn't go no further than that, because really I think it would just be pure luck. And I'm not trying to say that Titans aren't a good team, but because we are. But I don't think Tannehill is that quarterback that's going to take us to the Super Bowl or even win the Super Bowl. I think we're going to have a lot more help around him if we want him to be the quarterback going forward. But I still don't say you sign him to that big of a deal. You look at his age, and it's a miracle he didn't get hurt last year. The amounts of sacks that he's been under for the last few years. I'm not sure. What do you think about that?
Going back to Malik, I think you're right. But like I said, Amy doesn't have a problem opening her checkbook, and I don't see. There's never been any complaints about Amy paying the players that actually deserve to be there. So I don't think that that's going to be an issue. I think right now Tannehill makes his paycheck, and so either he's going to excel or he's not. And this is his make or break year. This is going to tell you, what they're willing to do. And I don't think the Titans want to go out there as a team that doesn't pay their players. So I think that, if Tannehill goes out there and does what he's supposed to do, he will get paid at least the minimum, which is now this is. I don't see, a reason why he wouldn't. It's up to him. He makes his paycheck. So, like I said, it could potentially make that problem as far as, a Henry contract extension or a Lewan contract extension. We may be looking at life after Lewan, or life after Henry. Unfortunately, nothing is for sure in the NFL. And so, it's a big contract, and it's kind of a scary number for agents and for NFL teams around the league, because now they're looking at, okay, well, what do we do? And barring any kind of injury that would say different, I don't see why we wouldn't pay Tannehill if he excels like we are anticipating that he does, that he gets better.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to give another shout out to the 615 podcast. He says new quarterback contracts are outrageous, but Tannehill ain't getting any younger. He said, I've said if Tannehill struggles leading up to the bye week, put in Malik. So I definitely agree with him 100% there. Like, if Tannehill comes out struggling and he's just not performing at the level we need him to, definitely like put in Malik. Don't put in Woodside. God, please don't put in Woodside. But definitely, let's see what Malik has. I mean, why not? But at that point, what would we have to lose? Then again, coming out off of our after our bye. I'm sorry, excuse me. Coming after our bye, it looks like, let's see, we got Indy, Houston, Kansas City, Denver, Green Bay, Cincinnati, Philadelphia. So we have a stretch of some pretty rough games right there coming after that bye. So, yeah, if Tannehill struggles, let's say coming out of the Las Vegas or the Buffalo game, and even into the Indy game. You know, what do you think, April? Do you think we sit them? What do you think we should do?
It's all going to depend on his play. Training camp's going to tell us a lot about how he's coming in there and able to adjust to NFL time. Now, looking at our schedule, and we were going to get into this a little bit more in detail, but looking at our schedule, it's going to get ugly, guys. It always does. It's going to get ugly for a while before we really start to pile on those wins. We have an early bye, which is ugly for us. And before the bye, we don't really play, other than Buffalo and possibly Indy, we don't really play those hard teams. Every team we have is going to be after the bye. So if he's not keeping up before the bye, there's no way he's going to keep up after the bye.
Oh, yeah.
I would just say it depends on what our record is going into the bye, what we're shooting for. It would really just depend on all of that to see if we're going to putting him in would give us a better chance or maintain our chance, or if we're just going to see what we got for the following year.
Yeah, definitely. So, everybody, with that being said, that is, what's shaking around the NFL. Real quick, we want to let y'all know to be joining us live for an all-new episode next Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, live on YouTube and Facebook. With all that being said, I would also like to take the time to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you all for watching and being a part of today's episode. We definitely appreciate all of y'all. So, we looked at our statistics. I know I said that wrong, sorry. But we looked at our stats on YouTube, and we found out that 28% of the people who watch our videos are not subscribed to our channel. So, guys, if you don't mind, please take the time to hit the subscribe button. Turn on notifications to get the latest from What's Shaking Titans, and give us a big thumbs up. That will help us out with YouTube's algorithm. That way more people get to see our video. Will pop up more often. If you're on Facebook and you're watching us live right now on Facebook, thank you for checking us out and watching us on our very first live stream on Facebook. We definitely appreciate you guys, but if y'all could do us a favor, hit the share. Sharing is caring. Hit the share button. Share us on your page. Share us in your messengers. Share us to all your friends. Share. Sharing is caring. With that being said, I would like to give a quick shout out to Michael Bishop from the Power Hour. He says, shout out to Gary and April. Keep up the great work. Hey, buddy, we appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you, man. And we really look forward to both the 615 podcast and the Power Hour, to everything that y'all have coming up. We will definitely be joining the 615 podcast coming up. It would be I believe on Wednesday, and then we will definitely have episodes still on Thursday. So definitely be checking us out. Check out the 615 podcast. Check out the Power Hour. Give them a like, give them a subscribe. Definitely, they are great content creators. So we definitely appreciate you guys. Here we go. Right here, and the 615 podcast next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time will be fun having y'all on the show. Definitely, I look forward to it. I know my sister looks forward to it, so let's actually bring her back in real quick. So, hey, April. So definitely, we are excited. I'm really amped up for it, to be honest. So.
Yeah, it's the last week before football. Training camp starts next week. I want to say thank you to the 615 podcast for shouting us out and always being there in the Power Hour. It was great being on your show. Everyone go like, follow, and share their podcasts as well. We're all a big community here, and I just absolutely love everything. I look forward to being on the show with 615. So we have a lot of big things coming up, and this is the last week without football. We're chugging along, guys. We're making it. We're getting there.
Oh yeah, and next week is gonna be really fun. I'm really amped up. Technically our rookies and our coaches will be coming in tomorrow. I'm not sure which ones. I'm pretty sure April can clarify for us. But one of the twos will be coming in tomorrow, either the rookies or the coaches. And training camp starts next week.
Yeah. So staff is going to report on the 23rd, and then we have rookies on the 27th, and then rookies on the 26th, and then veterans on the 27th, and then their first full practice together is going to be the 28th.
Yeah, so definitely, I'm looking forward to that. I'm amped up. I know that we actually are going to one of their practices, so we're going to be bringing y'all a bunch of content from that, a bunch of videos and stuff like that. Maybe we can even talk to somebody and convince them to come on the podcast for y'all. But
I'm excited. Surprised Gary with the tickets. I showed him the article where it was going to be open, and I had actually scored those tickets already, so I was really excited about that.
Yeah, she was super excited for it. I'm happy that she did it. It's definitely a dream come true. It gave us a lot of ideas and a lot of big plans for the future. So with that being said, definitely guys, check us out. Check us out live next Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. With that being said, let's get into April's regular season prediction. April, are you ready for this?
I'm so ready. I've been studying on this and just going through this 100 million times. So I'm ramped up. This is my favorite part of the year. I always get to see if I was right, and a lot of the times I am.
Yeah, definitely. And so before we get started into this, I like to take the time to say I might drop in later on and give a few games here or there that I believe we might win or we might lose. But I will not be revealing my regular season predictions live just yet. So today's episode will be just April's regular season predictions. So I'm going to save mine. So definitely stay tuned, guys. That gives y'all something to tune back in for. We're not going to tell y'all when it's going to come up, but definitely be looking for it because it is definitely coming up. Well, April, are you ready?
I am very ready.
All right, let's do it. So, April, what is your Tennessee Titans 2022 regular season prediction?
So I say that we are going to be 10-7, and we're going to just miss. If we do not have win our division, we will just miss the playoffs.
So you say we're coming in at 10-7.
Yeah, I say we're going to be 10-7, and I say we're going to just miss the playoffs if we do not win our division.
If we do not win our division. All right. So, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Real quick, I want to give another quick shout out right here. The 615 podcast says rookies come in on Saturday and everybody else comes in on the 26th and camp starts on the 27th. So thank you, 615 podcast. We definitely appreciate you for clarifying that for us. And with that being said, April, let me ask you this. So let's look at the regular season schedule. You have us at 10-7. Do you want to walk through each game and give your wins or your losses for those games?
Yeah, I'd love to. So I have week 1, the Giants at Titans. I have us at a win. Although I am not personally going to be thrilled with that win. I'm not going to be excited with that win. It's a week 1 win, and B, it's the Giants, and we won't be able to tell a lot about our team. If we lose, I also will not be discouraged because a week 1 loss just means that we're still gelling. but I'm gonna say that we're gonna win week 1 with the Giants. Week 2 with Buffalo. That's gonna be a fun one. We are on primetime television. We are on a Monday night football. And you know, we typically excel on primetime in games that we're not supposed to. So I'm gonna say that we win week 2. So that's gonna put us at 2-0. But then the Raiders come to town. And our path with the Raiders is bumpy. They are a great team led by Carr. Typically when they come into Nashville, they walk away with a victory, although I don't want them to, but I'm going to say that they do this time. And that'll put us at 2-1. And then we have the Colts. That one's always, 50-50. We fight our hardest. The Colts fight their hardest. They've made a lot of upgrades this year. So I'm going to say at the Colts, we're going to lose it. So that's going to be 2-2. And then Washington Commanders. I'm going to say we get away with one. But typically those are the ones we drop the ball on. The ones that we're supposed to win, we drop the ball on. So I'm going to say that we do win it, but I won't be surprised if season comes and we actually don't. Then we have the Colts at home. I'm going to say that we take back split that division, and we're going to win with them. Then we have at the Texans. It's a question mark because even when the Texans aren't at the top of, they normally play us at the top of our game. I mean, at the top of their game. So I'm going to say with that, it is going to be we're going to lose there. We're going to lose at Texans. And then we have Kansas City. Kansas City is one that we're typically supposed to lose, and those are the games that we normally win. So I'm going to go with we're going to win with Kansas City. When we get down here to the Broncos, this is going to be after our bye. And I just think that if we're not careful, this is going to be a very important divisional game for us. And I feel like if we're not careful with this streak that we have right after our bye of these tough teams, it's a short week. We could end up dropping the ball here. I'm going to say that we lose with the Broncos. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. Then we have the Packers in November at home. I think everyone knows how hard it's going to be to win at home. At the Packers home. It's so hard, especially in the November, December. Aaron Rodgers is so good there at home. So I'm going to say that we lose that one. And then we have a rematch of that game for the AFC Championship last year. I am going to say that we actually come back and we're going to win this one with the Bengals. We're going to slip one in there. We're going to win it. Then, of course, it could have that potential big game with the revenge of AJ. With the Eagles, this is another one we've got to be careful about because with that tough stretch of games, that could be one that really slips up on us. So I'm going to say we lose there. We have Jacksonville at home. We've done pretty good in the past years at home with Jacksonville, so I'm going to say we win there. We go to the Chargers. Anytime we go to the Chargers, typically in the past we have dropped the ball. So I'm going to say that we are going to lose at the Chargers. It's going to be a tough game like it always is in December, but it's going to be nice and warm there in LA. So, it might surprise us, but, Chargers play well in December, especially at home. Then we have the Texans. We're coming back to Tennessee. We have the Texans in Tennessee. I say we're going to win this one. We can split that division right down. And then we have the Cowboys in Tennessee. It's going to be a tough one, but I think it's going to be tough for the Cowboys coming to a colder environment to play. So I'm going to say we win that one. And then Titans at Jaguars. I think we're going to sweep the division with the Jaguars.
So definitely like your predictions. Real quick, want to give a shout out to the 615 podcast. He says his prediction is the floor being 11-6, and at best being a 13-4 team. And then our mom, Sandy Bailey, says, I feel we'll do good. I see at least 12 wins, 4 losses. So, definitely, I feel like, this season could go any way. We definitely have a tough stretch of games, coming after our bye. But without giving away my season predictions, I will go into a few games that I definitely feel are games that I feel most confident about, and then I'll also let y'all know a couple of the games that I feel like are going to be the Titans' toughest opponent this season. So are you ready to check this out, April?
Let's do it. I want to hear it.
All right. I think looking at this schedule, I think Jacksonville is going to be definitely one of the few teams that are going to be one of our easier matchups this season. So they're one of the ones I feel confident about. Texans, I feel a little more confident about beating them. I think our division is going to come down between the Colts and the Titans. Sorry. So it's gonna come down between the Colts and the Titans. So, I will say this: the two Houston games I'm putting down as a win, and the 2 Jacksonville games I'm putting down as a win. There are 2 games that I am most concerned about. 2 games that I feel like are going to be the Titans' toughest opponent. But before we get into all that, let us know what y'all guys think. Let us know, who do y'all believe will be the Titans' toughest opponent this season, and let us know who y'all believe are going to be the easiest opponents. What games do y'all know for a fact, okay, this is check win, and what games are y'all most concerned about? Definitely let us know. And while y'all do that, I would like to take the time to invite everybody to come join us for an all-new episode live next Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Join us live on the 615 podcast on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be joining the 615 podcast for one of his episodes. So definitely be checking us out there on his podcast. With all that being said, let's bring April back in. Let's see. The 615 podcast says he'll be giving his record predictions Wednesday night. So definitely look forward to that. And he will be doing a breakdown too. So that's going to be interesting. So I definitely look forward to that.
Gary, I'd like to ask you and our fans too. Well, not our fans, our friends will say. What are your week one? Let's get into week 1 a little bit. So let's talk about overreaction, underreaction for week 1. What do you think that's going to look like?
I think week 1 is definitely, it's going to be a fun game. I believe it's a win. I believe it's definitely going to be something to watch. I think it's going to be a lot of Derrick Henry, and I think it's going to be a dominant on the ground type of game. Uh, I see Titans definitely taking that one home.
Yeah, I see us winning too. But as far as us fans go, as far as us overreacting or underreacting to week 1, so with it being the Giants, do we want to overreact to a win or loss or underreact to a win or loss? And I know it's coming because you got all those fans out there, all the couch coaches that are like, this is going to be a horrible season if we lose, or this is going to be a great season if we win. But I just don't feel like week 1 is the game to determine that. I feel like whatever happens week 1, we're going to be happy to be back to football. But I feel like whatever happens week 1, we have to just kind of play it cool, because the Giants are one of those teams you just don't know. We're not familiar with them. And I just feel like, whatever happens in that game, we don't want to jump to conclusions. We don't want to be overreactive as far as, writing people off for week 1. But we don't want to be we kind of just, actually, we do kind of want to be underreactive as far as, okay, we won, but we still have some question marks, depending on the game. Is that something that you feel like you'll see? Maybe.
So for me, I would say you're not going to get a lot of panic week 1, whether it's a win or a loss. Let's be honest about it. It's week 1. You're still learning about who you are as a team. Nobody knows what they are, as a whole yet. Week 1 is definitely not a game that you base your entire season off of. If that was the case, the year that we started out with Marcus Mariota, and we had the game in Tampa Bay. If you remember, Mariota scored 4 touchdowns in the first half and annihilated Tampa Bay. I mean, Mariota went out on fire. Well, how did the rest of that season end up? Did the Titans play as good as that first game? No. You can't judge a team solely based off of their first game. There's still a lot to learn and a lot to find out. Real quick, let's bring in some more comments here. The 615 podcast says his final score for week 1 is Titans 35, New York Giants 14. Yeah, I could definitely agree with that. He also says fans will overreact if we lose. Titans fan bases, we do tend to overreact. And he says the Giants head coach was the Bills offensive coordinator, and the Bills defensive coordinator was the Ravens DC as well. So, yeah, definitely. It makes you wonder. I still see week 1 being a win. Even if we were to lose, I'd say don't overreact. It's too soon. So with that being said, April, let's hop into our toughest opponents this season. Mine are going to be our week 2 opponent with the Buffalo Bills. Week 2, September 19th at 6:15 p.m. on Monday Night Football. And we will definitely be doing, hopefully be doing a live commentary throughout the game. So definitely, be tuning in throughout the season to us. So we have a lot of interesting stuff planned. And then my second game, and I'm only picking 2, and these are the games that I'm most concerned about, is going to be the Los Angeles Chargers. I feel like those are going to be the 2 teams that are going to cause us the most grief this year. I feel like we have a good chance. I mean, we do have some other tough teams, but I definitely say the LA Chargers and the Buffalo Bills are those two games that I feel like could be slipped up and dropped very easily. You know, it could be those games that can go either way. You know, either we win or we get the break speed off of us. So, you know, and let's hope that don't happen. But honestly, let's take the time. Let's say let's bring up the schedule here. Week 2. Let's say if perhaps week 2, and let us know what y'all think on this. Say if in week 2 when we're facing Buffalo, let's say Ryan Tannehill goes out and has like the worst game of his career. Let's say like he throws like 5 interceptions, like maybe for a total of like 50 yards, you know, and a terrible completion record. Do you think going into week 3 they will be considering possibly maybe benching Tannehill for a game to maybe see if he gets his mind right? What do you think about that? And tell us what y'all think.
I feel like you're really obsessed with benching Tannehill.
Bench him! Put him on the bench! No,
I feel like I don't want to see that happen because I want to see us have a really good, solid season. I know that it's already going to be scary without it, but you know, you never know. It's unpredictable. I know that our coaches and staff really love Ryan, so it's got to be something dramatic that happens. Now, I don't think that they're going to bench him. I think he's going to be hurt. I think that he will have an injury, and with the way that Vrabel already doesn't really talk to the media a lot, you won't really hear a lot about the injury. It'll kind of be a week-to-week basis, and then Malik will just slowly be the starter. But, you know, and you never want to see somebody's job take it, ever. You want to see them excel. I want to say that. But I want to see the team excel too. So if it comes to that, and it's best for the team that he's hurt, quote unquote, I'm using quotations because he's not really going to be hurt, then that's best for the team. Now, I will say I disagree with you on the toughest games. I think that the toughest games are going to be actually 2 AFC games because that's our conference, and that's going to be the really tough conference this year. So it is going to be the Raiders, and it's going to be Denver. Denver's coming off that. Denver's going to be the absolutely hardest game because we're coming off of a bye. We're coming off of a stretch of really hard games already between Kansas City and the Colts, and then on top of that, it's a short week. So that Denver game is going to be the hardest game in prime time. It's also in prime time that we're going to play. On top of we're playing Russell Wilson, whether or not he has a new coach, he is Russell Wilson. So I think those 2 are going to be the hardest. And not to mention, those AFC games are going to come at a really vital time for us to need wins in the AFC.
Definitely, I definitely agree. The AFC is going to be a tough division, but I do have to disagree with your 2 picks. Like I said, I believe our toughest games are going to be, but I think Buffalo really has it out for us. I mean, really has it out for us. And then, the Los Angeles Chargers, I feel like they're going to be a sneaky good team this year. So it's definitely, like I said, we definitely have more than just 2 toughest opponents. There's a lot of tough teams that we face this year, and a lot of our games could go either way. But, in my opinion, I just think that my 2 would have to be Buffalo and Los Angeles Chargers.
I will say with Buffalo, though, you're going to get what you get. And we played them the past 3 years. We played them on prime time. We played them coming off of COVID. We've played them, just at a time when all of pretty much our whole front line was out in the middle of an injury. And so I feel like they know what they're getting. We know what we're getting. And so that game, it probably won't be as tough as we perceive it to be. It's going to be a battle. It definitely is going to be a battle. Buffalo's not going to give it to us. It's going to be a good game. The NFL knew what they were doing by making this week 2 on prime time. They knew exactly what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were getting. So I agree that it's going to be an interesting game, but I'm not sure it's going to be our toughest. I definitely want to say those later 2 AFC games are going to be our toughest.
Yeah, I don't know about that, though. I mean, I really have to disagree 100% with everything that you said, because in my opinion, Buffalo Bills, by all rights, could have and probably should have beaten Kansas City, which it just came down to the old overtime rules. So, that's something else that is interesting. I wonder if that's going to play effect with the new overtime rules. I wonder if that will play effect in any of the games or outcome in the games this season. But, if I have to say, out of those two teams, Kansas City and Buffalo is that team that remained the same. They still have all their key pieces. They are returning basically as the same team. Now you look at Kansas City on the other hand, and Kansas City has lost, their toughest or not their toughest, I'm sorry, but their top wide receiver, and Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill gone to play for the Miami Dolphins. So, I think that's also another reason why I didn't pick Kansas City. But that's also why I picked Buffalo as being one of our toughest games. And real quick, I want to bring in some comments real quick. The 615 podcast says his two opponents would be the Bills and Jacksonville. So he, if I'm correct, he has the Jacksonville coming in as the sleeper team. I think he has them going number 2 in the AFC South this year, if I'm correct. And then Sandy Bailey, our mom, says her two are the Los Angeles Chargers and the Broncos. And then the 615 podcast says, could the Bills game be a playoff preview? That would definitely be hilarious, especially if for some chance it was in a wild card game. Like, it was a wild card game. Hashtag Music City Miracle 2.0. Do you think we would actually make it that time? Or do you think that, it would be something different? So real quick, I would like to take the time just to thank everybody for tuning in and watching us. If you're not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, please take the time to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, turn on notifications to get the latest from What's Shaking Titans. If you're watching us on Facebook, we appreciate y'all watching us. This is our first live stream on Facebook, so we want to take the time to say thank you. We appreciate y'all tuning in. But if y'all could definitely hit that share button, share to your page, share, to your friends and the messengers. Share. Sharing is caring. Once again, we just want to thank everybody for tuning in. We love all you guys. We love everyone commenting. We appreciate that. With all that being said, I would like to say join us live next week on Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time for our all-new episode of What's Shaking Titans, as well as join us live on the 615 podcast this Wednesday at 8 p.m. We will be joining the 615 podcast, so we definitely are looking forward to that. With all that being said, April, is there anything else you'd like to talk about, like with the schedule or anything?
I would like to know. Has nothing to do with the schedule or professionally, but I would like to know what everybody does for their game days. Like, what traditions do you have? The games are right around the corner. I count preseason. Listen, preseason is a game to me. Okay, I am getting out my grill. There's going to be chicken wings involved. So I want to know what you guys do for your game days. Like, what's your tradition for your game days? Like, how do you celebrate your game days? Like, I know we love food. We have to get to a room with a giant TV, and we have to sit there and watch the entire game. So I want to know like what you guys really like to do for your games.
Real quick, I want to shout out the 615 podcast. He said, yes, hashtag Music City Miracle 2.0. Yes, that's what I'm telling y'all. And, you know, it's very likely, too, that could happen. And it's very likely that Mike Farrell would be the smart butt to you know, definitely pull that playoff, you know, again. You know, so I could definitely see that, you know. So definitely hashtag Music City Miracle 2.0. You heard it right here live on What's Shaking Titans. So you know, real quick, April, I would like to say, you know, for me, some of my game day routines is definitely Sunday mornings. You know, wake up, go to church with my wife and my daughter. You know, I definitely help out there. You know, it's very important to me to make sure that we're giving back into the community. So, you know, whatever I can do to put my time, you know, in is, you know, that is something that has been very, you know, something I've been very passionate about. And, you know, definitely I'm looking forward to actually getting back at that. So, you know, and then it's come home and rush inside, get the game on, you know, maybe have some pizza with the wife and the daughter, you know, just cuddle up and watch the game. You know, sometimes she tries to take a nap but can't because Derrick Henry goes on an explosive play, and then I absolutely go haywire. So, you know, yeah. And I definitely love cooking out too, you know. So, I'm definitely planning on firing up the smoker. You know, a lot of people don't know this, but I am a cook. I love cooking. I have a lot of videos, a lot of cool recipes. Definitely might be another avenue I might also pursue later on in life as well. But, you know, for now, definitely for now, you know, I'm happy with where I'm at. But, you know, definitely I'm looking forward. I might, I've been wanting to smoke something. So I'm probably going to do some pork butts or brisket, you know, for one of the games coming up. So I definitely look forward to that.
I can't wait to have that. I will say, yes, a lot of people don't know, Gary and I both really like to give back to the community. I am a cheer coach locally, and I try to catch church online when I can. So I'll start my Sunday off with that. We'll start off with online church, and then we go into full game day mode. We have to have our game day shows on and get the grill ready. And I like it better when my brother comes to grill. He doesn't always get the chance to, but I feel like the games go better when he comes to cook. Maybe I just like eating better. I don't
know. Real quick, I want to give another quick shout out to a couple of people here. The 615 podcast, he said, sleep in till 9:30 a.m., make homemade pizza, and watch the games. So yeah, man. Hey, I want some of that homemade pizza, buddy. I'm just saying, like, hashtag homemade pizza is the stuff. I actually make my own homemade deep dish, so you know, and it is fabulous. One piece will put you to sleep, and it definitely weighs over 4 pounds. That is a guaranteed when I make a deep dish. And then right here we got my wife, Tennessee Kid 90. She said, "That's right." Talking about the us cooking out. So I know she is sitting in the car wherever she's at getting hungry, especially, you know, with us having a baby on the way, you know, definitely. I can't wait. I can't wait to cook. And then the 615 podcast says, go to church at 11 a.m., get home at 12:30. That's right. Yeah, that's about how it was, man. Now, honestly, I wasn't getting home till last season. I wasn't making it home till probably after the second half has already started, and it was probably only had like 3 or 4 minutes left in the quarter. So it was rough last season, but at the same time, I was doing something that God had placed on my heart, and that will always come first before everything. And then right here, she said April makes some taco soup and some wings, and we have a get together. It's she said it is so fun. So yeah, definitely.
It really is. One of my favorite things to do. I love it when Mom comes and we make taco soup. My brother, actually, that's one of the only meals he eats at my house. We have this on-running joke. So.
Yeah, we do. So, real quick, guys, hang on. Tennessee Kid 90, my wife, she said, no nap for me. She knows what I mean. Anyway, so guys, with all that being said, we'd like to take the time to thank all y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for commenting. Definitely check out the 615 podcast live Wednesday at 8 p.m. I'm trying to find that comment here so I can bring it up and spotlight it for y'all. There it is. Check out the 615 podcast live next Wednesday at 8 p.m. We will definitely be having a fun and exciting show. We won't, but he will, and we'll be joining them. So definitely I look forward to that. I can't wait. And real quick, he also said, the 615 podcast said, hey, he needs some of them wings, April. So maybe y'all can do a thing. You send him some wings and he can send us some of that homemade pizza. That sounds like a deal right there. What do you think?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
All right. So with all that being said, definitely check us out live on the 615 podcast Wednesday at 8 p.m. And then the very next day, check us out live right here on YouTube and Facebook. We'll be definitely having a very interesting and fun show planned for y'all. And I think we will have some news regarding a episode coming up next week. So definitely tune back in to figure out what that is. With all that being said, April, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Just thank y'all so much for joining, and I can't wait to see y'all next week and see what we have in store.
Definitely. So with all that being said, guys, once again, thank y'all. Love y'all. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Don't forget to turn on notifications. If you're on Facebook, share us with your friends. Share us to the public. Share. Sharing is caring. And the 615 podcast said, real quick, sorry, my eye was itching. He said, with our Titan brother from the south of the border, Chili Pepper. Oh yeah. So yeah, that's right. Chili Pepper will be on there. I forgot all about that, and that will be on Wednesday. So definitely check us out. I'm really excited about that. I forgot all about that. So yeah, definitely check us out. And then with all that being said, once again, we just want to thank y'all. Thank y'all. Share now. Share to public. Share to your friends. Sharing's caring. And with all that being said, guys, we will catch y'all later.